So the single's out?
The single is out.
The new single.
The single we're referring to is, of course, Fuck the Haters.
Fuck them. Fuck them all. They're massive Wagons, of course. 2 of them anyway.
Yeah. And it's the
First
first...
of them are behind here.
Yeah, we don't let them out.
Oh, no.
It's the first single from our new album, Triggered, which is coming out on the 28th of October.
I'll remember.
This year.
It's a good job you said that, because I couldn't.
Straight up there.
I wouldn't remember that. To be honest, the song's about, it's an age-old thing, and it's been done, I know it's been done loads of times, that kind of thing's been covered. I mean, I'm trying to get the point across about everything, abuse and bullying and whatnot, you know, face-to-face stuff. But online, it's just terrible. And that's what the song is kind of a bit of a rallying cry towards, and it's like, fuck the haters. You know, I know swearing isn't, it's not edgy, it's not clever, but sometimes it's all you've got in it. I mean, what else am I supposed to do? I mean, what else do you say? It's fuck them. You know, that's just how it is.
I think there's something quite, because you could talk about it, as we're doing now. I see the irony in this, but you could talk about it, but sometimes it is nice and refreshing to just reduce it to just something as simple as that. If you're overthinking stuff in your head, if you're getting down about this kind of stuff, I don't know, maybe you're a victim of it, or just witnessing it gets you down. Yeah. Sometimes it's refreshing to just say, you know, screw him. And
you've got to say it to yourself. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
It's just letting people know it's all right to say that. So much irony. The single is what it is, and the statement is what it is. Whether you like it or not, it's a song trying to support people and tell them it's right. You know, fuck these people that hate you. Yet people jump on it and hate it, and we've been getting abuse online about it. You know, it's you know, nothing personal, but why do you feel the need to say that?
No.
We got one comment. I'm not going to mention any names, of course, or where it came from. But you know, it's like your band is shit, you sing it shit. It's like single shit. It's like
I'll write what I want online.
Right. It's like, you know, yeah. The guy's promoting a show for the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, which is an amazing organisation. Yeah. Which at the heart of it is raising awareness of online bullying.
How could they not see the?
And it's like,
yeah.
Can you not see? It's just the irony stinks.
Yeah. Well, the song itself, it wasn't necessarily inspired by our experiences of being bullying or being bullied, or for either personally or the band. It wasn't like we are a massively hated band. Maybe we are actually. We just don't know about it. But we're not victims of abuse. No. You know, to the extent that, you know, some of the
other people in the videos that we've made.
Yeah, exactly, and a lot of people are, and it's more about banding together with everybody and saying that rather than saying it about ourselves, you know. But like you mentioned, in doing this, it's weirdly kind of drawn more of that towards us than anything we've ever done before. Yeah.
The album title, well, people know now, it's called Triggered.
Yeah,
you can't lose because it just triggers people.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, there you go. You're just proving my point. All you're doing is feeding the fire. You're just making me feel like, yeah, well, there you go then. Obviously, we've got a point, haven't we? We've got a point.
Exactly. You mentioned this to other folks that in subsequent videos that Baz will be talking to. You can not like something, that's fine.
Oh, yeah.
But it's people not having that filter between this and then this. You know, thinking, like, I'm just going to say this, you know.
You want to walk up to you and go, oi mate, your band is shit, and you're shit, and your songs are shit. You know, because that would result in a confrontation.
Yeah, people don't do it, do they?
But it's like, so why do you do it online? Why? Yeah. I've replied to a couple of them. I don't normally make a habit of that, but I've made a point this time of replying to a couple in a nice way. Just, what's the problem? You know, it's fine. You know, maybe you want to go away and lick your wounds and think about, you know, why did I say that?
Yeah, well, I guess the positive of the song, if even just a handful of people who have, let's say, are prone to hating vocally, you know, online, and they'll go and trash talk or whatever the kids call it these days, smack talk,
trash talk. This is WWE.
I don't know. If you can get a few of them to just sort of maybe reconsider, you know, before they go tapping away. We're talking about like it's only online. It isn't only online, but in the day of social media being what it is, the vast amount of social interaction, I would say, happens online. So naturally, that's where it happens. YouTube as well. YouTube comments, God, they can be toxic.
Scathing, aren't they?
Absolutely scathing. Because they're even more faceless, aren't they? There's no profile to visit or anything like that.
We were going to talk about our past. You know, I mean, my school life was terrible. You know, my primary school life in particular was awful. Like teachers, more than anything, kids are awful at school, but teachers. And when I left school, I joined the Air Force. I just became a much more confident person. You know, it just gave me such thick skin.
At what point was it then that you felt like a change from? Because you know I did. There was an age where I felt like I became myself a bit. You know.
Oh yeah.
So what was that for you?
Exactly when that was. Well, primary school for me was terrible, and because I was tiny person at school. I looked like a first year in the fifth year. And like people just gravitated towards that bullying, picking on, beating up type thing. And then secondary school wasn't as bad because you got a few of your mates around you then. But even so, and then college, again, I was like 17, it was still going on. But then I joined the Air Force and met a lot of people I didn't know. And then it's just a restart, innit? And then I just became like super confident, I don't take this shit anymore. Yeah. And then you're in the military, and it's just like everybody's kind of like it's like a brotherhood a bit. And then when I came back from the Air Force, that was it. Like it's like I don't give a shit what anyone thinks anymore.
Yeah. No, I can't really say I did in primary school because I went to such a small primary school, tiny little Catholic thing, and then I went to a massive high school, you know, in Lancaster, one of the biggest around, and it was a total like shock for me. And I got on all right for the first couple of years, but then I got terrible acne, like I mean, really, really bad.
And you became incredibly tall.
And I became incredibly tall. Yeah. When I first got in there, I played football. I was all right at it. I was the cricket captain, you know. So I kind of started off well, and it just went downhill. You know.
Did you find playing the guitar helped?
It did.
Were you the guitar guy?
It did, but
did that make it worse?
Now Stranger Things is about and everything. It's somewhat cooler to be doing that. Yeah. But you know, back then, 20 years ago, it really wasn't. You were. Yeah. It really was that kind of, you know, nerds, or what was it? You know, moshers, and
you were the dude with the guitar bag around school.
Yeah, I was the guy with the baggy pants and the and the guitar bag and a you know like a skull necklace and all that. And it wasn't cool. But you know, you sort of get pushed into this marginalised thing. Yeah. But where you're not alone. There's plenty of people there with you. Yeah. But as soon as I really felt like as soon as I left that kind of safe circle, you know, of people, I was, you know, I struggled, and it's stuff like carried with me all the way even through uni. You know, my confidence took a huge knock in high school. It really wasn't until I left uni, to be honest. It was my early 20s before I had that kind of moment you mentioned, you know, like you said in the RAF, where you felt like confident and just like, you know, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Know? But that happened quite late for me. I feel like I didn't get the best out of those years because I was such a nervous.
I was just going to say, it's weird, isn't it? You look back and you think, what could have happened if I hadn't?
Yeah, exactly.
And now you've got kids and I've got kids. I'm fully aware of it, of Lila. I'm sure you are with Phoebe. It's got at school. You're like keeping such an eye on them and thinking, I want to nip this in the bud if this starts to happen.
I think this is something. And I'm not saying you have to have been bullied to be like this, but if you are bullied, you're probably a bit more. You're probably a little bit more sensitive to it happening. Yeah. I genuinely like to think now that there is more awareness of that.
Teachers are a lot better.
Teachers are a lot better.
Teachers at my school were arseholes. Yeah. 90% of them were arseholes. You're watching this, probably not. We wrote a song for the new album, which is about my school life. I used to have to sit on the stage during dinner time. My teacher, Mr. Hartley, used to make me sit on the school stage during dinner time. When everyone else is in the hall having dinner, I'd sit on the stage doing maths. I wasn't allowed dinner. Because I wasn't very good at maths. I wasn't very good at maths in the class, so I'd have to sit on the stage in front of everyone.
Yeah, that's against. So I would imagine that's against so many
I know I'm old, but you know now you look at my Lily's teachers and they're all great people. You know, all the dinosaurs and all that stuff's gone.
You can't click your fingers and go suddenly everyone's going to be like this. No. You know, like you said, it's a generational thing, and it takes generations. And it's the same with, I guess it's the same with everything: homophobia, racism. It's really hard to get people who have lived a certain way to change. And it happens with the next generation. They grow up in a better world, and then they make it a bit better, and then it goes like that. And I really hope that's the way it's going.
If we haven't all frozen to death or starved to death in the next year, the future's bright.
Yeah.
Oh, crikey.
Going back to the song, just from a musical point of view, without any sort of statement behind it, just to be something you could shout at festivals.
Oh, that's all it was, yeah.
Just to be something that is a bit rousing, and you know that.
Yeah, it was going to be like an interactive song. Yeah, like I said, get your fingers in the air and shout, "Fuck the haters," you know.
Yeah. Like any song you put out, not everybody's going to like the song.
No.
With this song, because of the subject, people's reaction to it is intertwined with the song itself. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's weird. It's a weird situation. But
Yeah.
who knew that a song called "Fuck the Haters" could get so deep?
There's probably about 50 words in the whole song. I know we're not really known for our sort of deep and meaningful songs, but there are quite.
Well, the Curry song. Come on,
No.
we can get deep.
354 film, yeah. There are some deep topics on the album, like, you know, I think, you know, we've come to that point where we've made enough daft songs in our time. We can I think we've earned the right to say something and make a bit of a point. I was a bit less careful on purpose about some of the stuff we sung about. I wrote lyrics about in this album. I was just like, do you know what?
Yeah,
I'm just gonna go for it. Just gonna say a few things.
I think every album, well, maybe not every album, but certainly the last couple we've done, there's always been a sort of loose, they're not concept albums or anything, but there's always been a loose theme around them. House of Noise, it was mental health. With this, it's probably a bit more social commentary.
That's it.
And again, it's not even about being liked or not liked. It's just about the not likers, the haters, to be so vocal about it for no other reason than to make the world a crapper place.
Yeah,
than it already
maybe it's
is.
a personal issue.
Anyway, I guess
that's us, I think. Anyway,
we've moaned enough.
Yeah, if you've pre-ordered the album, thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
If you haven't ordered it, follow the link below. Go to earache.com/massive wagons. I think that's right.
It's on a tape and everything.
It is. It's on a tape. Every colour vinyl you could imagine.
Yep.
Every colour under the sun. Some not even under the sun.
We've got the videos coming out after this.
Yeah, you'll be talking to
Imogen, Tristan, and Doc
about
their experiences.